Hello everyone, and welcome again to FF channel. We are still going strong on the Persian Wars, the big classic on Age of Empires 1, the version released in 1997. We got a new release related to Age of Empires 1, which is actually, it will be an adaptation of Age of Empires 1 on Age of Empires 2 engine, and I'm very excited, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel that is very appropriate for me to actually continue the Persian Wars. It's something that I really want to do completely. Actually, we will never have the last installment of the Persian Wars, unfortunately. That'll be a story for the end of the series. But now we got one of the most important points of the Persian Wars, the Blood at Thermopylae. Persian Wars, the fourth installment, Blood at Thermopylae, the famous battle at Thermopylae. 4 missions. Now let's go for the mission on first one, Thermopylae, day 1, on hardest. Let's go. Time had been wasted, and the feeling gnawed at Leonidas like a rodent in the night. The Greek alliance had chosen to make their first stand attempt in Thessaly, but there were too many mountain passes, too wide to defend. Of course, he understood the logic behind that initial choice. It was important, after all, to try to keep Thessaly from defecting to the Persians. That was politics, and Greek politics seldom meshed with military tactics. Withdrawing from Tempe, the revised plan was now to hold the advancing Persians at the narrow pass between the mountains and the sea, called Thermopylae, because of the warm springs nearby. While a small force of hoplites held the choke point, the light fleet would keep the Persian navy bottled up at the Straits of Artemision. That's very important. That's actually what happened in the other scenario before that one. It might just work. There was a pass through the mountains called the Anope that would allow the Persians to attack the Greeks from behind. Leonidas knew that the first order of business was to secure that mountain pass and station a guard there. The Phocians had been assigned to that task. Okay, that's great. In a very short time, the milling troops around him, speaking now of past battles, preparing their gear and their hearts for combat, would be tasked man for man as few soldiers ever are. And not all of them were equally committed to the task. In particular, the king was keeping an eye on the 400 hoplites that had been sent from Thebes. Leonidas had expressly brought these men with him to Thermopylae because Thebes was suspected of negotiating secretly with Xerxes. The troops were intended to demonstrate Thebes' loyalty. Oh, okay. That's very interesting. But Leonidas had heard the sullen-faced soldiers muttering, and he knew that their hearts were not in it. For that matter, the Phocians and Locrians had turned out in force only because the Greek Congress had assured them that a massive army was being mustered to drive Xerxes out of their lands. Holding such a patchwork of troops together in the coming days would be no small task. Okay, that's a lot of things happening, and many things that makes me wonder, whoa, that was that hard? 300 Spartans, hand-chosen by Leonidas, together with their warrior king, would have to be in the front of every battle, to inspire courage and to shame those who might weaken. Astride his war horse outside the village of Alpeni, he felt the wind coming off the Bay of Malis. It was cool, almost soothing. He enjoyed the comfort it gave him under his breastplate and greaves. But the dampness in the air also brought uneasiness as he recalled the ominous words of the oracle at Delphi. When asked about the outcome of this war, the Pythia had replied, either Sparta would be burned to the ground or a king would die. Ooh. An inescapable doom seemed to spread open before Leonidas, and then he smiled. Doom must be met with the same high-heartedness as victory. Very sad. Okay, now let's go. Victory conditions. It is the first day of the Battle of Thermopylae. The Thebans and the Thespians have already deployed their forces at the narrow neck called the Western Gate of the coastal pass. Additional troops, including archers from Fosses, are still coming in, but they are outside the village of Alpini. You must accomplish 3 things today, Leonidas. Build 10 units of medium wall and barracks within the yellow flags toward the mountain pass. Right on the small wall on the beach, the small wall on the beach to resume command of your forces. Complete these conditions before the attacking Persians have decimated your forces, specifically if the Persian guard kills half the Thebans and half the Thespians, you have suffered too much attrition to have any chance of victory. Okay. There are only 16 units of each deployed at the start of battle. You have undertaken an extraordinary mission here at Thermopylae. It is the first day in the making of a legend. Okay, let's try to read some history because it's very important and that's a big thing, and you can always skip if you want. The defense of Thermopylae is one of the great military encounters of Western history. It has had a timeless grip on our imaginations ever since those fateful 3 days in 480 before Christ, when 300 Spartan warriors led a coalition of Greek troops numbering 6 or 7,000 in a effort to delay the advance of the Persian horde. From the moment Leonidas arrived at Alpeni, he learned of the existence of a mountain pass through which his position could be turned by the Persians. He knew that everything that depended on keeping it closer to his enemies. Ooh, my bad. The Phocians were sent to secure the pass. Meanwhile, his own men, a Peloponnesian force made up of Spartans, Corinthians, Arcadians, and Lacedaemonians, together with their allies, Thebans, Thespians, and Locrians, prepared themselves for war, and a scout was sent to survey the Persian forces. According to Herodotus, the Persian army totaled 500,000. They filled the plain of Trachis like a vast insect swarm. When the Greek scout was captured by a Persian patrol, Xerxes ordered that the man be shot the whole Persian force, then sent back to tell Leonidas what he'd seen. He hoped that the Greeks would despair and retreat when they realized what they were up against. Meanwhile, the Persians had also sent the scout to survey the Greek army. He reported to Xerxes that the Spartan soldiers were washing and combing their long hair in the sun like women. Xerxes was incredulous, but an exile Spartan who had joined the Persian fort cautioned the emperor not to jump to conclusions. These men you are about to fight, he said, are the bravest men in the world. His warning could not have been more apt. Throughout the first day, wave after wave of Median, Dacian, and Persian infantry were cut down by the disciplined, precision-trained hoplites. Because of the narrowness of the pass, no more than 10 or 12 men could fight at any one time. The Greeks fought in shifts, resting, then relieving the front line, hour after hour. At sunset, the emperor could not believe that his glorious force of 500,000 men had not prevailed. Another day of slaughter lay ahead of him. Oh, that's so cool. Another amazing text made by Gordon Farrell. Okay, let's check the hints. Use your Phocian archers to take out the Persian composite bow skirmishers, okay? Then pick it up your villagers in Alpeni and walk 10 to Kallidromon. Out of Kallidromon, okay? Alpeni, Kallidromon. There is a path that will lead you to the flag area in the mountain pass. Okay. Meanwhile, you're running your scouts down the beach where the action is taking place. This way you can stay abreast of the defense of the gates, which otherwise you won't be able to see. Finally, while all this is going on, move your additional centurions in to relieve the Thebans and the Thespians. Specifically get them between your allies and the Persians to prevent unnecessary loss of life among them. Okay. Once the villagers have started work on the guard wall, ride immediately to the beach. Okay, that's great. Okay, so yeah, I should have my villagers heating up Penny, apparently. Yeah, and I must use my Phocian archers. Oops, sorry. Okay, The additional troops, they are outside the village of Alpenny. And I must use them. Okay. Okay, that's good. I think I got the things. And here, and okay, and must be the area which will be marked in the map. Okay. Okay, that's plenty of things. I think I got it. Now let's check. Okay, it should be south of me. Oh! Okay. So the action's taking place there. Let's see if I'm doing it right. So the Persian skirmishers should be dealt with my archers. Okay, this guy should go that way. Okay, let me check. So it should be Kalidromon. What did I have in Kalidromon? Okay, I'm afraid that maybe I will not be able to make it. Okay. The scenario instructions said how many sections of wall? 10? Okay, 10 units of medium wall and a barracks with the yellow flags to guard the mountain pass. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm gonna make it. Whew. Okay. That was hard. Today went well. The Phocian troops are deployed at the mountain pass and you have held the gates of Thermopylae. Your bones are weary, but you have earned this night's repose. As the sun breaks the horizon, you know now that there is a chance, however small, that you and the heroic men of Greece fighting with you might survive, if the gods wish it. But tomorrow is another day, and What the gods wish is never for mortals to know. Okay, that was pretty good. So yeah, plenty of kills actually, and he also killed plenty of people, the Persian guard. Same goes with the Persian skirmishers apparently. But anyway, that was a good ratio. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He has the other things that won't matter much. Yeah, we got plenty of technology as well. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next scenario where we're gonna fight on day 2 of the Battle of Thermopylae. See you, and thanks for watching.